Okay, so the new banner is live for 2.0, for the first ever 2.0 banner. We're here live on Twitch, so if you ever want to join us, twitch.tv/Sekapoko, whenever the news goes live, you want to check it out, it's always there. So if you just see the news randomly on Twitter, you can always just hop over here. But we're gonna go in this and go over if you should summon on this banner or not, and talk about it in full detail, go over the weapon banner, etc. So let's go jump into it. So we got the brand new information, all the new stuff. Okay, so we have Act 1 and 2 coming soon for the new Archon quest, been labeled out in full details in this article here. We'll go check it out. The new test run is going to be for Yanfei, Xiangling, and Ningguang. So the new banner that's going to be coming out is going to be Yanfei, Xiangling, and Ningguang. All three of which are going to be on the new banner. We're going to talk about detail. Do not hate me for talking about Yanfei. I will give you math. Okay, I will give you math. Okay, Ningguang as well as Xiangling. There are some issues with Ningguang that I love her. She's 90 in my account. I love her a lot, but we're gonna talk about her as well. And then Xiangling, who is extremely good. And then if you are gonna be going for Ayaka, it kind of pulls away from that usefulness a little bit. But maybe it'll help you from not dodging as much. So we're gonna go talk about all three of those characters in detail. And cool. Okay, so here's the banner. Oh god, it looks fire too. Look at Ayaka on that banner. Oh man, she's here. Poggies. Okay. Everyone's excited. So many people here already got 2,888 likes. So many people are waiting for this. 3,000 likes. Thousands and thousands of people have been hyped about this 2.0 banner. So we are all hyped. We're 1 minute after this post went live. This is awesome. Now, this is even more important than the character banner. Now, a lot of you guys may want Ayaka, but we're going to talk about the most important weapon banner since the Staff of Homa. I've been waiting to talk about this weapon banner for so freaking long. I guesstimated what it was going to be, and this is the best weapon banner since Xiangling stopped talking, okay? And this is literally the best weapon banner since the Staff of Homa. The 5-star weapon on here, which is the Mist Splitter, is exceptionally powerful. And the 4-star weapons, I'm gonna just go over the Skyward Spine in a minute. The 4-star weapons, we have Stringless, which a lot of people want for their Venti or Fischl, which is exceptionally good. We have Favonius Sword, which is going to be a huge battery weapon, and as you can see in the Abyss, there's going to be some crazy battery potential thing. The Favonius Lance, which is going to be a very big pickup for your Rosaria or your Xiangling, and Favonius Book, really good for picking up for Mona or potentially any kind of battery character that you want to use in the future. The Sacrificial Greatsword is also a very good character for Beidou, which you're getting for free this patch. So if you did summon this weapon, that's great. But the reason this weapon sword is so good is because how good this freaking Samurai Sword is. Skyward Spine, asterisk on good, but here's the thing: if you have a Skyward Spine and you get refined in a Skyward Spine on accident, it gives you more crit chance, so it's never bad. But you're only going to use it on one character, I think, and that's going to be Xiangling or maybe Zhongli, but pretty much just Xiangling is going to use this weapon and no one else. And Xiangling with this weapon, it's kind of her best in slot-ish, because like you want to use Homa on another character, or you want to use another weapon like Jade Spear on another character, not really Xiangling. And Skyward Spine is kind of like the best stacked optimized weapon for Xiangling, especially if you want to use anything for her. So I mean, it's really good for high ER builds and stuff like that. So you can build more crit chance per damage on your build. It's very nice. I think I consider it to be your best in slot weapon, because for 95% of the player base, it's going to be a best in slot weapon, because you're not going to get the optimal stat ratios on your characters for such a long time that it's going to be such a good weapon for her. And seeing how we're getting a new ER set this patch anyways, where energy recharge is king, I'm assuming this will be a best in lots weapon flat out going toward with the new ER set. I don't know for sure, but with a new energy recharge set for Xiangling, it's going to be huge. But Mist Splitter Sword, let's go talk about this weapon because it's fucking awesome. On the Korean Twitter link. So this went live already. Right. So we have the original image from the Korean tweet, but this is what it says here. I'm just gonna go to Honey Impact because they didn't fucking post it yet. I tried to translate it, but this like looks jank as hell. And essentially what it says is earn 12% damage bonus to all elements, and blah 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 in Korean because it's all mixed up. So let's go to Honey Impact. Okay. Now that it's not leaks, we can talk about it. All right. So the Mist Splitter Sword, because it's not the image is not live yet, you gain 12% elemental damage bonus Flat out. Just straight up elemental damage bonus. It is a max base attack weapon, caps out at 674 base attack, and gets you a crit damage main stat, topping out at 44% crit damage. It is a fucking monster sword. And having 12% elemental damage on is huge, but it gets better, okay? At 1, 2, and 3 stacks, at 1 stack you get 8% elemental damage, and at 2 stacks 16, and at 3 stacks 28%, totaling you 40% fucking elemental damage at Refine 1. Refine 1 god tier. Like, actually insane. Okay? For whatever elemental type you are, the character will obtain 1 Mist-Splitter stack when each of the following scenarios occurs. A normal attack deals elemental damage in the last 5 seconds. Casting an elemental burst stacks last 10 seconds. And energy is less than 100%. So basically, when your energy is full, it disappears. So you get 1 stack permanently, basically. Okay? While you lose a stack when your burst is up, but once you cast your burst, you get another stack. So basically, casting a burst gets you 2 stacks. Okay? And a normal attack gives you the last stack. So you just basically just constantly normal after you ulti. Massive legendary weapon here. It is the little best weapon in the game now. Okay? Staff of Homa is insane. This weapon is bonkers. It's gonna be really good for Kaching. It's going to be really good for Bennett on a full C6 Bennett build if you want to go that way. It's going to be insane on Kazuha Constellation 6 if you want to go that way. Or if you're really cool about it, go Constellation 6 onto Bennett, or just use a Chungyang to use it. So you Kazuha main DPS with Chungyang to use this. There's so many applications for this weapon. It looks awesome. It's even going to be good, insanely good on Kaya. So every sword user in the game is going to be able to use this besides, you know, like Traveler, Smodge. Damn it, Traveler. Is it better than Jade Cutter? I don't know if the damage put this better than Jade Cutter, but I do know that the base attack is much higher. So any attack percentage buffs that are going to be popped on your team are going to be insanely higher value than the Jade Cutter. Because it's an elemental damage bonus weapon, it's going to be an independent multiplier, which means that attack percentage is not even boosted until you drop your Bennett buff. So if you use a Bennett buff with this weapon, it's going to be monstrously bigger on your Kaching than if you're using a Jade Cutter. Because Jade Cutter doesn't have an elemental damage increase, it just has an attack percentage increase. So this is going to be a huge multiplier increase overall. So I think it's gonna be great. Is it good for Jean? Maybe. I think Jean will be great with this weapon. I don't see any problems with that. But you're gonna need to use an elemental damage infuser like Chungyang with your Jean or something like that, just like I mentioned for Kazuha at C0. All right. The next weapon that's coming later this patch, so you don't blow your load on this weapon banner, so you know exactly what's coming. There is another weapon that's coming that's going to be a 600 total attack weapon with crit damage. So another Ganyu weapon potentially, okay? It's going to top out with 600 attack, 608 attack with a 66% crit damage modifier. So another huge crit damage weapon, okay? This weapon is going to increase the attack percentage of all your character by 20% and grants Thunder Emblem. At level 1, 2, and 3, the Thunder Emblem is going to increase your normal attack damage by 12 to 40%. So it's not going to boost Ganyu. It's going to be a very not Ganyu bow, but maybe a official bow, or maybe an auto attack Venti bow. Definitely not a shotgun Venti bow, but definitely a huge bow here. So this weapon is going to increase normal attack damage by 12% at 1 stack, 24% at 2 stacks, and 40% at 3 stacks. You're going to get stacks based off you use a normal attack like last time, if you use an elemental skill, or if you use your ultimate because your elemental skill is below, you're basically below 100% energy, okay? This is basically the Yoimiya bow, okay? So if you're going to summon for Yoimiya, this is going to be her bow. It's not going to be good on Ganyu. That's all the information you need to know. Unless you're going to auto attack build Ganyu, it's not going to be good on Ganyu because it's a normal attack only bow. However, there is another character that it's going to be bitching on, and his name is Child. Okay, the Skyward Harp is an exceptional weapon where it's going to give you basically a 20%, 23% crit chance bonus and up to a 40% crit damage bonus at the bottom, right? This weapon is just going to be a flat out 60% crit damage bonus bow, but also boost normal attack damage, which is a huge thing for Child's kit. So Child, if you're going to be using him with Xiangling in this patch, or using any type of vape composition with Xiangling, this is going to be a huge bump in damage for his normal attacks. However, the Skyward Harp is going to be his best in slot weapon from what I can tell for the ultimate. I don't know that for sure, but it seems pretty likely, seeing how the difference is only about 20% at max refine and 40% without max refine and crit damage, and you get a higher amount of crit chance, which allows for a crit damage headpiece. So you might get higher hits with this weapon, but you will definitely have lower DPS on your ultimate overall unless you're optimizing for it for a lot more crit chance. So I'm assuming that for ultimates, it's going to be better to use Skyward Harp, and then for normal attacks, it's going to be better for the weapon here. But I don't know how that DPS is going to roll for Child. It's going to be pretty cool though. We are over 20 minutes after release of the banners and stuff. They still haven't come out with the post on the weapon, so sorry we had to use any impact for this one. Now, on the characters, I'm gonna save Yanfei for last because he's a whole bag of rooms that I don't want to get too far into. So first off, for Ningguang constellations are really, really good. Constellation 1 helps you with normal attacks, give you AoE damage. So if you're using a grouping character, this does help you a little bit. But what's really funny is that once you actually get to higher constellations, Constellation 1 matters almost not at all. C2 though, Constellation 2 is the biggest constellation for Ningguang. So if you're thinking about using her, this is her biggest constellation. And after that, it doesn't even get good for her until Constellation 6. One of the funny things about Ningguang right now is that Ningguang is actually kind of nerfed in the current set of content. And the reason she's not super great, and the reason I'm going to say she's not super great right now, is because of how you have to fight enemies with shields. Geo characters in general are really bad against shield shredding. So right now, Ningguang has kind of fallen out of the meta as far as Spiral Abyss. She can still 36-star Abyss on this current rotation. Unfortunately, though, she is very difficult to use on the current floor 12 because there's heavy amounts of Geo enemies, which she's going to be heavily Geo resistant, and using Xiangling as a partner is not the greatest. And the last two abysses, I would say, have large amounts of shields, so she's a lot harder to use. If they keep going with the trend of shield enemies, she's gonna be very hard to use as a shield break character on your team, and you're gonna need to bring another character to create elemental reactions on the shield. But I have kind of benched my Ningguang as of like 1.5, and I haven't really used her too much since then because of how annoying shields are. So if they start moving away from that again, that's great. But if you're asking if to build her or not, or summon specifically Constellation for Ningguang or not, she hasn't been on a banner in a very, very long time, and she's such an exceptional character and some of the best ratios in the entire game for overall damage. So I think she's great, but right now, because she's so countered, I don't know if I would recommend building her. But definitely, if you're thinking about summoning her just for later use, then yeah, she's great. But we kind of need a new kind of Geo shred. One of the things that's a problem with Geo DPS in general is that when you're fighting enemies, there's only two ways of shredding Geo resistance. The first way is by using a Geo resonance when having multiple Geo characters on the team. You can get the two character Geo resonance, which shreds elemental resistances by enemies by 20%, which is very helpful for 15 seconds. But only after you get a shield, I think, right? No, or yeah, after you get a shield. And in addition to that, you're also gonna have to deal with the only other way to getting it is Xiangling. So what I tell a lot of people is if they wanted to build Ningguang, you better have Xiangling, because if you don't, you're gonna feel pretty freaking weak as far as damage goes. So unfortunately for as a character, she's kind of a Xiangling eater in team composition, so it's a little bit difficult to use, even though she's still one of my favorite characters. All right, next up we got the big one, and this is Xiangling. All right, so Xiangling is actually one of the biggest cryo characters in Genshin Impact. As Ayaka coming out, he's going to be somewhat like less so because of how good his elemental skill and the burst are. So for Xiangling, I usually use Wolf Gravestone on this dude. I usually run 5-star weapons on my Xianglings across the board on every single one of my accounts because I love this character. You can really run a 2-piece cryo and then pretty much anything else. Actually, you Gladiator, Wander, whatever. It actually doesn't matter. And he's such a powerful character. He doesn't even need constellations, but when he gets Constellation 6, he gets actually a pretty sizable increase in damage. So he's good at C0 or C6, but you know, he doesn't need any constellations in between. The C4 doesn't really help you that much because you don't need energy recharge on Xiangling because you never stay out on him. His C2 doesn't even help him that much, but it does help other people on your team a little bit. And the C1 is kind of cool for shredding shields and stuff. You want to do a full auto attack rotation, but it really does take too long to get off. So I would say that it's either C0 or C6 basically for this character for use, but I find he's great to be at C0 or C1. The last character, Yanfei. So this character is the most For me, I find her to be one of the weaker DPS. Don't get mad at me, chat, and don't get mad at me, YouTube. I will go over why. This is one of the problems I had with Yanfei, and this is just a math problem. I'll show you right now. I show this to I'm on stream at times, but I wanted to show you guys this, and this is very disappointing. I really hope they buff Yanfei at some point, but this right here is the base charge attack values for Yanfei. She starts out at 98% charge attack, and then when she caps out with 3 sigils, she gets 150%. She also has passives to improve the charge attack damage and like get other things too, but this is a very low charge attack value. And the reason I say it's low is because if I go to a character like it's super OP catalyst user like Barbara, and if I go to Barbara, her charge attack value is actually at 166 without any sigils. So it makes me kind of sad that Barbara without sigils hits as hard as Yanfei. So I would really hope that MiHoYo boosts her a little bit, because I would feel like she would do a lot better in content if, you know, her charge attack value was stronger than Barbara at C0. But it's not hate. She has some energy recharge problems. She's kind of cool. She's kind of fun. She's very cute. But I really just want a buff on the character, honestly. And I just want her to be a little bit better than Barbara. And the other problems is that she's only, as far as pyro characters go, the only character she's better than is Amber, because Xiangling is proven to be a better DPS overall, and so is Bennett. And if you don't have Klee, Diluc, or Hu Tao, it's a good option. C2 right here is pretty nice. C4 is very fun. There's actually something I want to talk about for Constellation 4. Oh yeah, Jin Yang, but she's not really a pyro character, is she? Are we talking Yanfei as a pyro character or a physical character? Well, I guess she's pyro, technically, right? Technically pyro, sure. Xinyan's too bad as C0? Yeah. C4 is really cool though. C4 is really cool. Okay, so C4, I thought about this a while ago. So did you guys know that if you use an ultimate on Yanfei, you get the shield at Constellation 4. If you built a full HP build on Yanfei, did you know that she has a shield that's stronger than Zhongli's for 15 seconds? So if you build a full energy recharged build on Yanfei and quick swapped off of her, you could actually have a Zhongli shield on Yanfei. So you could actually build tank Yanfei. Like, no cap, it actually sounds really fun, and I wanted to use that just for fun, but I only have like Constellation 3 right now, so maybe when I get on the banner I get Constellation 4, so I'll be able to try tank Yanfei. So I'm really excited to do that. That's what I'm most excited for Yanfei on. But don't hate me on the Yanfei stuff. Okay, C6 is increased damage. But as far as the banner goes, the only reason I would summon on this banner is if you're looking to get a new cryo DPS. For example, you're not willing to build Kaya and you don't want to build Rosaria, or you don't have Rosaria and you don't feel like building her or don't have weapons for her. If you want to summon for Ayaka, she is probably going to do as much damage as Ganyu, if not more, if not less. About the same. We'll just say they're about the same at C0. That's awesome, right? Let's just hope that's the case, and it's probably going to be true. Okay? Kaya, I mean, a lot of people have issues building Kaya just in general because they don't like him. I have him triple crowned in one of my accounts, and I really like him a lot, but, you know, a lot of people don't like him. He's an amazing character, I think, but Ayaka's going to be really, really fun. And the problem with Mona, with her dodge, was one of the reasons I was most hesitant about Ayaka, and I'm very glad they fixed the dodge. So they are going to be, she's going to be an awesome character.
I want to say, I took like 2 showers, and now I did 3 brushing teeth, or 2. I think it's 2.
You brush your teeth 3 times? High five, dude. You're very good. That's it for the video, guys. My name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Get some good rest before you Zuma. It's gonna be Pog. It's gonna be coming out. I have a new video on the patch notes. It'll be coming out in a couple hours. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. Night, guys.